Hi everyone. Today, as a part of MLH Local Hack Day, so part of Eddie Hub Guild, we are gonna do something totally crazy and totally awesome. So I know that a lot of people are really interested in building up their CVs and resumes, and you know that there seems to be a lot of companies that they might look at websites that are designed like a resume, and then they will be doing a lot, right? So this is what we are going to do today. And so we have our team, Siddharth and Eddie, are here, and they are going to help us through the whole stuff as well. So this is again another solo workshop of mine, and this is going to be also practical workshop, practical live stream. So go ahead and put on your comments if you are able to see my screen, and sorry, not see my screen, but if you are able to hear my voice correctly, and don't mind this awful green, sorry, awful yellow screen back there. And great. So we have got a lot of new people joining in. Hey, Monish and Muthu, and it's awesome to meet you all as well. So today let's go ahead, and yes, I hope this is not happening like last time where we have actually started the live stream, but I mean we have started doing the live stream, but I haven't started the stream, and those kind of funny things that happen. Yeah, Siddharth actually found the funny part. And oh, I'm sorry, it's actually share. um I'm so sorry. I don't think I can change it right now. But I guess Sid, it was you who actually, like, what do you call this? You finalized this thing, right? Didn't you? But anyway, okay. So we'll do that small thing later. And okay, without any further delay, let's carry on with what we are going to do today. And today we are going to build a CV kind of a thing. So let's start with a nice HTML based CV, and this is gonna help us in a in a lot of different ways. So we are going to do something very much reusable, and this is also going to help us in getting jobs and stuff like that, as simple as that. So without further delay, I'm going to share my screen and show you all what I have got right now. So can someone please confirm whether you're able to see the screen here? And yes, any questions or anything, I'll be able to answer it. Yeah, I'm sorry about the build to share thing. So that's the only mistake I did, I guess. So let's go on. So today I wanted to start with something with a simple HTML design. So I got a couple of CV templates here. Let me show with this one. So this is something which I really like. It just has a small headshot, and then we have got a index.html file, and then we have got a style.css file. That's it. No JavaScript or nothing. And this is going to help us in creating something reusable using React. I'll show you how this whole thing looks. So if I open this in the browser, bam. So what do you think about this simple CV of yours? So if someone comes and lands in your page, you're gonna be greeted with this one. So what do you think about this small CV? And also, good part, this is actually responsive. Look at this. So we've got this small image coming up, and if you try to make it smaller, it is actually adaptive design. And then if you go still smaller, it turns into a responsive design. So if you look at all these things, I guess this is all required for any basic CV, right? So you have like a heading, subheading, something like that, and then it doesn't go more than this one. So don't try to compress it. So that's something. So we are going to do something like this, and we are going to make the whole thing reusable as well. For example, if you want to show it to if you want to share it with others or something like that, then you can very well use this one, right? So that's exactly what we are going to do. And let me also try. I actually downloaded this CV from somewhere, so we might need to clean it up. So if I see the view page source or something like that, we could see that there are some I don't even know why these okay, this is for new HTML, the HTML elements, I believe. And let me see if there are anything that I need to make sure I have to clean it up. Yeah, this seems like it's Google Analytics. So I need to get rid of this one. Apart from these things, I guess everything seems to be perfect. So let me try to open up GitHub, create a new profile, right? So let's go to, let me create a new repository. And so what shall we name it as? Eddie Hub. Oops. Okay. Yeah, so this is another thing which I wanted to say is this is going to be a full stack application which uses React and Node. So let's try doing something. So Eddie Hub full stack CV. Okay, so let's use this, and part of live stream from Praveen, or part of Praveen's live stream for Eddie Hub Guild. Yeah, and for people who do not know what Eddie Hub and what does it mean by guild, look at the description below. And also there are also Eddie and Siddharth who might be able to help you in comments. That would be a cool thing. And since we are supposed to be time conscious today because we started very late and we need to like quickly do things, let's make it quickly. And yeah, I'm just creating this repository like in a public way, and let's do this. So here's the repository. I'm just gonna share the link. So is everything fine? All good? Can you bring all your friends? And hey, there are a lot of comments, by the way. Let me look at all the comments. Okay, we can see the screen. I couldn't find a couple of comments. Am I missing something? Oh, hey Neha. Hey Shubham. Hey Pratima. Agamjot. Others. Priyadarshini. Can we get some extra points by this? Okay, I will allow Siddharth and Devraj and Siddharth and Eddie to talk about this. Awesome. So everyone says it looks perfect. Great. Here's the code for everyone. So I have also shared the code, and make sure if you want, go ahead, press the star button or like fork it. Do whatever you want with this. Essentially, that's what I wanted to say. Okay, the first thing which I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this part, paste it over here, copy my username, put it over here, you use an @ symbol, cut this whole thing. This is very important because this might help us in getting the right way. So I'm going to create a new window here for my VS Code. And for those who are not sure about how my VS Code works, I've got a couple of extensions here, and these extensions can be found in if you just go open Praveen dev environment, you'll be able to find everything here. Okay, so I'm gonna share this thing as well, but before that, let me paste this here. Let me copy this and my environment. So all you need to do is Google for Praveen dev environment, and you'll be able to find it out easily. So you'll be able to find the first one, and that will actually help you in getting to this page. So that's it. And morning, everyone. Thanks a lot for everyone who has come in. So quickly to go through these things. So this is my basic development environment. I've got, come on, let me zoom in again. I've got Google Chrome here. This is the main thing which I'm using for all the development purposes. And I've got a couple of extensions. One of the main extensions is React Dev Tools, because this is totally using React. And Zoom, communication, Git, time traveling towards back, then I don't think we need anything else other than Node.js, which is the runtime environment for JavaScript. And finally, we are going to the Visual Studio Code. So VS Code is something that we are mainly using for React and other things. So that's one thing. So for example, if you are using something Windows specific, here are a couple of shout outs. And with VS Code, you have prettier some themes and some nice applications that you can use it for making yourself productive. And in case if you want to get the same exact like exact environment as mine, you can just grab this dot file and then open this raw, copy this whole thing, and open your settings folders. Like settings, you can go by going to the preference settings or control comma or command comma, and then clicking on this JSON format, control A, control V, whoops, which is something which you can do. Okay, so this is something you can do. I'm not saving anything, and here you go. So that's about it. Any questions so far? Okay, cool. So for people who have not subscribed to this channel, give this video a thumbs up and click on the red subscribe button, which I have polished and stuff like that. Okay, so now let's try to clone this repository. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this whole thing, go to this new directory here. Let's close this one. It says two options: open a folder and clone a repository. I'll go with the cloner repository, and in the cloner repository, I'm going to paste this whole URL so that I will be getting something called as clone from URL. Okay, so clicking on this, I'll go to my downloads, EddieHub, and I'll just select this repository location. It's gonna say, do you want to open the clone repository or like open in a new window? I'll just put the open part. So the moment I click on the open, it's gonna open this one. Technically, it will be saying like I have cloned an empty repository, but that's completely all right. Now, the first thing we need to do is today we are concentrating only on the client part of things, right? So I'm going to create a new folder. It's called client. And there will be another folder. I'll just create that too, which is for tomorrow, which is the server. Okay. Hey, I guess I'm supposed to. Whoops. Yeah, I guess I messed it up. So I'll just go to this one. We've got CV template, not this one, HTML CV. I need to go to EddieHub. So let me go to EddieHub. Oh. So here we've got client and here we got server, both the things on the same folder. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is let's go back to our VS Code, and I'm going to open my terminal, and inside the terminal, let's go into client, and I hope a lot of people would have heard from me how I would be using React, installing React and all these things. So I don't want to give more explanation for it. Just let's quickly go with npx create React app. And then I'll just do dot here. Bam. So this is going to create my first React application, or like whichever numbers React application. So let this go. In the meantime, I'll just quickly talk. Yeah, Muthu, we can use Atom text editor. And the good part about Atom and other things is like, like good part about VS Code is it is well integrated, well stable. And what is the difference between Atom and VS Code? Why not VS Code is my question. I used to hate VS Code for some reason, but now I'm like completely using VS Code for everything. Yeah, times change. The application gets better in time as well. So that's also there. So that's something which I wanted to say. So cool. So let's go back. Let's see what is the status of our React installation. It's still going on. I'll also Open this one. Okay. So any questions about this CV? We will be building the same CV here. Okay. Yeah. After a lot of finding vulnerabilities and all these things, this will get over. Boom. It's also removing the template package as well. So as of now, I don't know how this how stable React is. I'm not sure, but let's look into it. Bam. You have got this installed. All we need to do is npm start, starting the development server, npm run, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we have the same 18 changes here. So what I'm going to do is quickly go and commit all these changes as created a React app using CRA. And let me quickly look at the gitignore file because I have my questions that they have actually added ESLint RC or something. No, I'm not sure. Okay, so let's do this. Now the next thing that we are going to do is yep. So it has not been pushed, so I'll be pushing it at the end. Before that, let's look into this one. So we have got our CRA done. So the next thing is we'll be rearranging every folder here. So I'm just going to open EddieHub again. So this time I don't want to mess it up. Right. So we have client and server, right? Inside the client, we have the SRC folder. Inside the SRC folder, I always like to have components, assets. What else do we have here? Tests, style, services. I guess we have almost pretty much done with everything. So app.css. So before doing this, let's run this application and see how it looks. So npm start we will do. Come on, come on, come on. Bam, we've got the shiny new React application running. So it is compiling successfully and all. So we'll try to kill it. Okay. So let's remove this app.css by goes to the trash, and let's put this app.js into the components, app.test into the test, CSS to the trash, logo to the trash again. Okay. So now let's clear the trash quickly. And now inside the assets, we have we need to have our okay, before all these things, let's go ahead and fix all these. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is go to the src and go to the index.js, get rid of this css, and let's view problem. No, not peak problem, quick fix, manage extension, disable this extension. I have no clue why I'm doing this always, but anyone who has an idea from the comment section, please answer that. So let's do this components and this one, and it's going to say again there is a problem. Okay, so this we can do it as a functional component. We are not using any states or anything. So I'm going to remove everything, and then I'm going to use a functional component. So here I'll be using a small application.app, and I'm going to say my CV and save it. So now, since we broke a lot, it's going to break everywhere. So now we have got our my CV displaying it nicely there. Oh no, there. Okay. So so far, any questions or anything that you want to ask? So that's all we have done. There is nothing else here, and we have rearranged everything, and my CV seems to be all right. So let me go to the test, and I'm going to put my CV here. Renders the app. And let's save this one as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break it into two. So here I'm going to do npm test, and this should actually pass. Once it passes, we will. Okay, I believe it has passed. No, it did not. Okay. So it has passed. So I'm just going to quit the test and see that. Okay, so we have reorganized everything. Reorganized all the files, and that's been done. Now the next thing that we are going to do is we can actually reduce this one, so this looks perfect. right? Or else only when there are any errors, this should actually kick in. So that's fine. We will completely forget about that unit testing part. Let's start working on the content here. Okay, so we will be splitting we'll be splitting this whole CV into multiple parts. So before that, we need to see what exactly is there inside this. So before that, we need to also create a simple SAS file. So npm install node SAS is what I'm going to use for SCSS and other things for the style sheets. So I'm going to go installed SCSS support. So next time, please let me know if I should do all these things and then directly get into the React part of things, or should I go through all these things? Because there are a lot of new people, they will be asking why I'm doing like this and all these things. So for them, I would really, really suggest just go check out my previous videos, why I'm doing these things. Okay, cool. Now we have got our SAS done. So I'm going to do the npm start again. So this is going to run my browser once again. So it's going to refresh the page. There is no difference, which is super cool. Okay, inside this app is what we are going to do everything. Okay, so we'll be creating a lot of components and other things as well, because React is basically component based application. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to our Joe Block CV, and then I'm going to pause it to look into the comments we have. So okay, so Graham, I almost go with you. Like whatever you said is right. It is Microsoft. Not exactly. I have a hatred towards Microsoft, but it's really the way people look at things. For example, I hate TypeScript for being it too torturous for me in terms of like on the payload kind of a thing. So with respect to Chakra UI, I don't think I have any. Anything, because I haven't used Chakra UI. And Priyadarshini, I'm going to kill you, because npm versus npx, I told people to look at my previous videos, but in simple terms, the difference between npm and npx, I'll just do it quickly right away. Okay, so npm versus npx. Npm, it's called Node Package Manager, and npx is called Node Package Executor. So what is npm and what is npx? npm is something totally different. Okay, so npm is mainly used for managing packages. So you do say, for example, you want to install something, so install package name, and we have a package name. We will be using it as package name params, something like that. And then say, for example, if you're actually installing something like a setup program or something like that, you obviously do not require the package after it has been installed. So you need to delete this. So instead of writing 3 commands, we'll be using npx package name params, which is almost similar to what npm install, npm run the package, and npm uninstall. So it is very similar to any software application that you will be downloading the setup file, clicking on next, and finish, and then you will be deleting the setup file, right? That's exactly what npm does, npx does, and that is the ultimate difference between npm and npx. For other things, like for example, we just install Node.js. That is something that is required in the application. So we are not going to get rid of the Node.js because it needs for the running of the application. So we are using npm, and it always stays there. Npx, create React app, we don't need. So we are just removing it. Okay, so that's the difference between npm and npx. Now let's go for this one. Cool. Thanks for killing you, or what? Great. Now we need to create multiple components, right? So before that, let's try to analyze the structure of this one. So since we have already got our styles done, so I'm just going to create another file called index.scss. And let me start with the body. And let's add font family as Open Sans. And then this will not actually work right away. Okay. Now what I need to do is I need to add this file to our index.js. So if I go to index.js, I'm going to do import styles index.scss. Now if I save this, I should see a difference in the, nope. Okay, let's see. This definitely doesn't have the font here. So we have got import style / index.scss. That's the same file. Font family open sans. Okay, let's do this way. So if I click on body, yeah, it doesn't have it. Let me refresh this page. Bam, it's here. So it's not actually, it did not actually auto reload or something, because I guess I stopped it and I ran it again. That's the reason it didn't work. Cool. What do you think, Graham? Your Discord is broke. Is there any problem? All right, cool. So let's go ahead again to look into the source code of this GeoBlocks thing. So before that, let's also look at the CSS file that we have got. That's a huge CSS. I have literally no clue what this does, so I'm just going to copy this. I believe the first part is just a reset and the next part are just for making this whole thing work. So is there a CSS to a CSS converter? CSS to a CSS converter. There is something. Let's try. Editor options, themes, Chrome. Oh, wow. Font size is okay. That's fine. That's fine. So what am I supposed to do now? Like, please convert. Worst. I don't think this is even converting anything right now. Or is it? Oh, I just need to click on convert. Okay. Looks nice. Why does it say reset and other things? Okay, maybe it is supposed to do all these things. Okay, I'll just directly copy this. And do we have any body here? Yes, we do have body here, but I don't see this being converted into SCSS at all. Very minimal thing is happening here. Okay, I'll just paste it over here. Let's see if something happened. Wow. My CV is looking bad. All right, so let's save this so far. Display property. Oh yeah, why do they have vertical align baseline everywhere? Okay, or else I'm just gonna do what I'll just do one thing. I'll just go to the CSS once again. Just copy this and paste it over here. So this should be all right for now. It's okay. We'll convert this CSS into SCSS. And how many of you are happy to, like, convert the CSS into SCSS? Just go, or else I'll just do one thing. I'll just create an issue saying like new issue, convert CSS into SCSS. Actually, I should be providing the right description. So there is this index.scss file. Can we please get this converted into SCSS? It's currently in CSS. Okay, cool. So anyone who is ready to work with this, please go ahead and pick it up. So why am I using the CSS, not CSS, and why am I using SCSS? Okay, let me tell you quickly. So for example, let's say I have a nice, like a Sassmeister. So say I have like lot of like nested code and other things. Okay, so let's say we have got something like header. Then I've got inside the header, I want to write header h1. Then inside the header h1, I need to use header h1a. And then there is also this nav. Then I have got nav ul. Then there is nav ul. Dude, I'm already getting tired because of this, right? So this is not the right way I wanted to do. But what I can do is, if I do a header, inside the header I can put a h1. Inside the h1 I can put an a, and then inside the nav I can put a li ul. then li, then a. See, it didn't take more time for me rather than doing this. So if I try doing another thing, like let's say it this way, bam, 16 lines of code, empty code, 21 lines of awesome, beautiful code. So this is one of the main reasons why I'm trying to use SCSS, not CSS. And one more thing which I wanted to do is mixins functions. So mixin, I'm going to create a link mixin. So this has this, and it's going to have an ampersand hover. And then inside that also I have got this. So instead of calling just one part, I'm just going to do in both the things as at include. Include is for calling mixin, import is for calling URLs. And if I do link and close this, bam, I've got these two things as well. So if I do like something like text decoration underline or something like that, I can see that these two things are appearing in two places. So this is something easy, right? So I can also use something like variables like main color is hash 000, maybe subcolor hash fff, and I can do like, see here, color dollar subcolor. And if I do this way, I get color as FFF here and color as FFF here as well. Oh, I'm going to give it to another community. Let's say not AD Hub, but to another community. They use a different color. So FCF I put. So I can see here FCF, here also FCF. This is the main reason I'm using SCSS, not CSS. Okay. So I'm just going to close this one. I'm going to close this one. So let's see how this React app looks right now. So it looks okay. So what I'm going to do is, I just created the index.scss. So we added SCSS, and I'm just gonna do this. Cool. We got some number of commits already. So I have pushed all the commits, and I have also raised the, oh, wow. Okay, raise the issue, right? So convert CSS into SCSS. Anyone who is ready to pick this up can actually pick this up. So I'm just going to send the link here. Yes, Apurva, I just pushed the code. Wanted to concentrate on this, and then I thought of I'll push it. I just pushed it. So go ahead, check it out. And now comes the main thing. So we need to complete everything what is there in this HTML page. So let's start digging into this. So if you go to the view page and look at these things, there are like loads and loads of things. So we have to give a body called body with an ID as top. So let's go back to our public.html, public in index.html. This is where everything looks like. And what I'm going to do here is I want to create everything in a better way. Okay, so first thing is I want to change all these, title. So title is going to be my CV. And that gets changed into my CV here, but I don't need this particular icon. I want something totally different. So we want to have a CV icon. So let's go back to our flaticon.com. Let's do CV. Cool. I want something that is not exactly a premium one, but it should look nice as well. So this is a premium one, I believe. Yeah, anything with a crown is a premium one. I feel these two things, this thing is really looking good. This is something which I want. So there are like multiple variations. This looks so dull. This is the black and white one, but this is the, like the linear style they say. Okay, so it's linear color. This is flat color, and this is lineal color. Okay, so we will do lineal color. So this is lineal black and white. So I'll go with this one. It's an SVG. So I'm gonna download the maximum size possible, and then I'm just gonna go with free download. Oh, I need to select all the traffic lights. Verified. Yeah. It's cool, right? So every time when I download a free thing, I'm actually making a unicorn, which is cool. Thank you. So unicorns, you rock. Okay, so we have the CV picture, which is actually a what do you call this one? It's square 512 by 512. So what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to go to favicon generator and get the second one. So there is something called as favicon and app icon generator, which is very simple one. So I'm just going to put the cv.png here, just generate only the 16 by 16 favicon. I don't want it to be included in the public library. I'm just going to click on favicon generator, create. Now we have got this, download this generated favicon. I got the favicon.ico. Now, if we go back to our public folder, we have got this favicon.ico here. So I'm just gonna take this guy, put it over here and replace it. Now we have got these two things, right? Logo 512 and logo 192. So I'm just gonna change this into logo 512, duplicate it, make it as logo 192. I'm just gonna put these two things inside the public folder again and replace them. The moment I replace them, look at this. You can see that the CV thing icon is changed, which is cool. And let me check the comments. Cool, no comments. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is, let's go with creating the content of the CV. Okay, so we will be trying to use we need to write a class here, right? So I'm just going to add the class as, is it class or ID? Guess it was ID top. And we have got div ID is CV, class insta fade. All right, let's do that. And now the moment I change this, it's going to fail. Yes, target is not a DOM element. So I'm just going to go to my index.js, and instead of get ID, get env by ID as root. So it's supposed to be CV. That should actually work. Bam, that actually has a nice effect as well. Cool. Okay, so that worked. So now what I did is updated the branding part. Bam, that's done. Let me push all the code. Nice. So we have done the branding part. We have done the these things, and it looks okay. So I don't think my index.scss has the right font. What fonts are we using here? It's Lato. Oh, that's cool. So let's go and get Lato from here. Okay. So this is the link href, that thing. So if I go, did I just push it? Yes, I just pushed it. So we'll just add a new file actually. Okay. So index.html, and I need to add this link. So we don't need type text bar CSS. So we just need only this one. We have got Rocket and Lato. So I'm going to quickly added Google Fonts. Bam. Okay, so if we look at this now, it looks a bit better. Okay, so cool. So the next thing that we are going to do is we'll not touch this file. Is this still modified? Nope. Great. We'll forget about the index.scss. So let's try to concentrate on the app alone right now. So instead of the app, what we need to do is, let's get in. So this is actually the main details part, and cool. We don't have any main content at all. So I'm just going to copy this whole thing till this, most probably, because the above thing is the CV. And do we have anything else other than the GA? This is completely Google Analytics, so we are just ignoring that. So now I'm just going to paste this one, but there should be a problem when I paste it, because obviously there could be something that might not work. Oh yes, because it is multiple elements. So the moment I create an empty fragment and paste it, it works. So before you are happy about this works, I would always suggest you change all this class equal to into class name equal to. So let's change it into class name. Great. Great. Something really good happened. Nice. So now what we need to do is, let's try to find out what are all the main classes that are there. There are two things. One is the main details and one is the main area. So what is this main details made of? So this is the main details. I feel this is the header, or we can just make it as main details as well. So I'm just going to create a new file called as main details.js, and let me do a thing called like this. So here, instead of this, I'm just going to put this whole main details inside this, and I'll try to add main details and save it. Main details is not defined. Why? Yep, it's importing from this. Bam, looks fine. So far it looks fine. So the other thing is, this is the main area. So let's create another file called main area.js. It's all about componentization, right? So let's do that. Now array of CE again, and get rid of these two lines, then get rid of these two lines, and let's go with the main area. That's main details. So this is the main area. Whoa, that's actually huge. Cut it. Go to your main area.js, paste it, save it, and we've got main area, and we are saving it. Bam, that works. That worked. Okay, cool. Now we have split main details and main area. So we also need to do some more things as well, because main details might have multiple smaller components and main area might have multiple smaller components. So inside the components, I'm going to create main area and main details. So I'm going to push this main area into main area. It's going to fail on the back. Main details inside the main details. So what I'm going to quickly do is close this, close this. So main details is actually supposed to be from copy, paste, save. Bam. Works. Cool. Any questions so far? We have actually converted this whole thing into React. Graham, not a problem. This will be always there in the same place. So you can, anytime you can come and see this. So not a problem at all. Cool. So now that we have got something to this level, what we are going to do is we need to do all these things. Okay, so let's start with our main stuff here. Cool. Now also we need to do one more thing. We need to find out the right way to do the use effect. Oh, I keep forgetting this. Okay, we don't need to do a use effect here. Every time when the document runs, should we do use effect or not? Let's not do it. Let's directly do document.title is equal to hello. Or else, like, let's say, what is this one? This says curriculum vitae, the first name and last name and curriculum vitae. My name, curriculum vitae. Okay, let's save this. Bam! It almost saved it as my name, curriculum vitae, which is cool. Helps in the SEO and other things. Great. All right. So, any other questions? Any questions or at all? Great. How is it going so far? Whoever is online, just make some noise. Tell something in the comment box here, and also just go ahead and bring your friends as well. That will also be cool. Is Eddie and Siddharth available? Are you both watching this? Okay. So now let's check out our main details and see what else is there. Okay, cool. This is going to have some couple of things. So we just created two things. So splitted app into main components. So we have done that. Cool. Now let's close this. So we don't need main like app.js anymore. So we will be concentrating only on this particular file. So now we have got a couple of things. We have got a headshot, we have got a name thing and all these things. Okay, so we will try to do headshot, name, and contact details. Okay, so let's create three things. So headshot, name.js. I'm going to put an underscore because this is a partial. And this will contain just this part. And let's make this as a headshot. Then the next thing is the name thing. So name and title, right? So let's make name underscore name.js. FC. And let's get our name badge done here. Headshot. Cut these two things. Name. Cut these two things. Great. So name and headshot. Right. Name. Then finally we have got our contact details. So that's gonna get this cleared like this. Bam. So let's do the contact. Is everything working fine? Yes, everything really works fine. Questions? Don't panic. Whoa! Awesome. That's actually awesome. That's really good. A lot of people are getting benefited by this. So I'm happy to do a lot of things like this again and again. Okay, so cool CV on the progress. Hey, bring all your friends and show them how great we can do here. Okay, nice. So now coming back to our headshot. Okay, so let's go with the headshot. All it has is like an image src as headshot. So this guy requires a name and the file name. Okay, so name URL. Okay, so what we are going to do here is we'll just change this guy into name and this guy into URL, and everything is going to be centrally hosted. Okay, so we are not using any state management or anything because this is not going to be states. So we will just go with this one, and this is going to fail really. Yeah, nothing has come up. And in our name, let's try to do name title. So title of the person, right? So let's do these two things. Let's copy these two things. Great. And okay, for now we will just leave it this way. So name, title, here name and URL. So in this one, we just need to have a small constant that's gonna say const. No, supposed to be full name, or else name and name will get confused. So that's the reason. So headshot, again, this is full name. Okay, full name, URL, all these things are fine. So we have full name, URL, and title. These are the three things that are required. Okay, so const. Okay, what is there in the headshot? Full name. It's gonna be full name. And what else do we have in the headshot? We have URL. Okay, so let's create multiple constants here. Where does this URL looks like this? No, not that URL. So we have got full name, title, and URL. It's not the other URL. So name does have full name and title, right? It's always better to create all these things and put it on the app.js so that it is easier. So if we try to do a small config file, so const config is going to be this. Okay, so we have main details, full name, Whose name should I be putting here? You tell me. Anyone's name should I be putting here? Please comment your name out here. Okay, who's the first one? I guess Graham has been the first one always. So I'll just go for Graham. So full name is going to be Graham Hilton. Okay, now the funny part is we are going to get rid of this one to like this, and I'm just going to add this part along with config. Oh no, not conform. Config dot main details dot full name plus curriculum vitae. Graham Hilton. Nothing is working here. Sorry. So main details requires three things, right? Full name. What's the other one? Title. What's your title, Graham Hilton? And then URL. Do you have a picture of yourself as a URL? Please let me know. Okay, I'll just take Graham's, the Graham's YouTube picture that looks crazy, but yeah, title is not Mr. Dude, like not Mr. Graham or anything. I'm saying your job title, your career title. So I'm just going to use your YouTube's URL. So it's going to be this one. No. YouTube's URL, this one. And title is going to be BAM. What is supposed to be in the title? Okay, let's do some kind of like a simple thing. So before that, we made a lot of changes. So we have componentized, we have actually did all the values, sent all the values, and okay, componentized and sent values as props to, okay, that's it. Nice. So now in our, not the contact, but headshot, we need some kind of an asset, right? In case if your headshot is not available as a thing, we need to go with our CV template. This headshot is there, right? What is the size of this? The dimensions. Seems to be 128 by 128. So let's go to our flaticon.com. Flaticon and user. Some are gender centric, so we just need to make sure it's not a, okay. We can actually use this one. This looks really nice, but this is again gender centric. That's what I think. So people needs to be like, people need to change the face quickly as soon as they see this. So that should be it. So for that, I'm just going to go with this one. Even though it is kind of like gender centric, I'm okay with this. So it's the lineal color, and we'll go with the PNG 512. So free download. So instead of profile, no, I don't want it to download multiple files. Who's crying here? You make a designer happy. Let's make a designer happy for sure. Yeah, sure. Okay, so now we have headshot.jpg here. Inside our assets, let's add profile.png. Okay, cool. So what we are going to do here is we have got this app.js and profile.png added. All right. So inside the headshot, import default headshot from assets, profile, or else like headshot.png. Okay, so let's rename this into okay, cool. We've got the headshot.png here. So this is default headshot. So if this URL is not thing, so we'll just give URL else. We're gonna use default headshot. Okay, so if I go here and let's see Joe blogs, not this one, Graham Hilton. Boom. See, Graham, you have got this one. So if I go back to our this is for added a headshot, added default headshot. Bam. And we also made sure if the URL is sent here, we are gonna save it. So now we have got Graham Hilton. What is your title, Graham? I was asking about. Okay, you are a computer scientist. That's awesome. Nice, nice. So let's use the title as computer scientist. Now save this. Something should actually happen, but nothing happens. Let's refresh the page. Okay. Nothing happens because nothing has been sent. So we know that all the full name, title, and URL are here. I'm gonna do one more thing. So I'm just gonna put config dot main details. So if I save this, bam, look at you. You are changed. So Graham Hilton, computer scientist, blah blah, everything is here. So the only thing that we need to update is this website, phone number, and all these things. So let's try to do that. I guess we might do front end as a part 2 because just the upside part is what we did. We'll try to import this as a new file and then we will just go on with that. Okay, let's go into the contact.json. Let's see what exactly is happening here. So this is something which we need to work on. So now we have got 3 things. We have got email, we have got website, we have got phone. Okay, 3 things. So email, let's try adding mail to. Email, and here we will add email. Good. And actually send this guy inside this. Then we have website. Let's use a target blank. And we need to also use the website here, same dot, but instead we're going to replace twice https:// or http:// with nothing. I know this can be done easily using a regex, but I prefer doing this way because I know what I'm doing here, so that's easier. So we can also do a target blank, and that should work. Cannot replace undefined. Okay, so yeah, I know this is gonna fail. So now here, what we can do is website equal to website, then website, or nothing. Bam, that should work. Okay, so email, website, and mobile number. So mobile number is the phone number. So just let's make it as phone. Bam, that works. So now the only thing is like we need to send the content of these things. So that's fine. So let's go back to our main details, contact. We can just do a contact details and or else contacts, and then we can do contacts here. Now for this contacts, it's supposed to be again kind of like a thing. So This can have something called as contacts, and this can have our 3 things that are there in contacts: email, website, and phone. So email is going to be graham@bell.com. Sorry, Hilton. Hilton hotels will go and like come behind me and shout at me. Actually, we'll do the Hilton.com itself. I don't know who's going to come. HTTPS www.hilton.com. Just let's leave this way. Phone number +44 987 654. Okay, it's UK, right? 789 456 1230. Cool. So let's save this. Bam. There you go. And clicking on this should actually go to Hilton Hotels. Cool. And this is going to go to graham@hilton.com. Nice. What are you doing in Hilton Hotel, bro? Sorry. just kidding. Great. So now we have almost got like Graham, Hilton, curriculum vitae, and we have got you're a computer scientist. We've got all these things. So we have almost completed with the main details part. So inside the main details, we have got this contact and all these things. Cool. Now contact.js has got the values from main details. So let's add these 2 things. Values are dynamic. Okay. Dynamicized values in main contact. Bam. So the only thing that we need to do now is we need to get a contact config file. So what I'm going to do is inside our src, I'm going to create another folder called constants/config.js. Boom. So export default, everything needs to be exported. So const config is equal to this one and that one. Let's close all these things. Go back here. Config. Bam. Great. So now we are looking for config, right? Bam. Imported. So now saving it. Let's also fix this one. So let's go to our contact details. So it's compiled successfully. Fixed an issue with fix the security issue of rel like target blank. Right. So we have our config.js created. So we created a new configuration file. And here is only the thing that's going to be imported. Okay, right. No. Created and imported the configuration file. Bam. Push. Great. So now we have got all this first part done, and it's already an hour right now. So I guess it's time to like close off this one and then ask if you have any other questions or something like that. And yeah, so I believe that should be it for now for today. So that's what we have done so far. And let me come back to our screen. Hey folks. So what's up? Let me quickly look into what people are saying. Hey Manu. Nice. Thanks a lot for everyone for attending this. I hope it was interesting. And yeah, for those people who haven't joined the Ediga Hub Guild, please go ahead and join. We have got like loads and loads of awesome things that's coming around. And yeah, so that's something which I wanted to tell. And yeah, so for people who are still looking at uh, more stuff, like let's do another part 2 tomorrow, and finishing the rest of the things, and then we will also do a part 3 which is going to be the backend. Okay, cool. So cool then. So whoever has joined, that's awesome, and let's see you all. Bye.